on that are waiting for us to get started. So I begin with this. So I begin.
Oh
Y'all
God!
quit talking about Spider-Man over there.
They're playing Marvel Rivals. What do you expect?
That's what I figured.
You know what? You know what?
Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning. Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Let's go, baby! So, are you seriously
Jen,
going to do
this
this show?
you
Are you seriously going to do a show on Discord and here?
like this. Good morning.
Yep.
Welcome to the Taco Tuesday edition of Snowman in the Morning, and we're all over the place today. This first hour is powered by Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. And considering a certain group is listening to us, and I know there's 1,000 bunk stinks coming aside of the ones that my wife gave me today. Good morning, Jen. How's your stream going this morning?
Yeah, she's about halfway through the 60-hour stream for those of you that don't have her tabbed up already. A, what's wrong with you? And B, it's twitch.tv/Genevieve_Yoso. Check it out. She's rocking Marvel Rivals right now. There's going to be a little community night later on. And she ain't stopping until about 12:30 Eastern tomorrow afternoon. So, yeah. And I'm going to get my head caved in when I get back in Discord later.
No, you're not. I am.
Yep. No, I'm going to get my head caved in. I already know this.
Why are you going to get your head caved in when this was my idea to turn this damn thing on?
I'm the one that's been responsible for this.
You did kind of set this up.
Yeah, well, I'm going to get my head caved in for it. Let's get down to business.
Yes, let's get down to business. I begin with a serious question for a few certain people. Does it piss you off that I'm still here, or does it frighten you that you can't get rid of me?
I think it's a little bit of both.
And I love it. I love it. Big game tonight in the WNBA as the Indiana Fever entertain the Washington Mystics for the second time in 5 days. This game will start at 7 Eastern. We'll be up at 6:30. No, check that. 6 p.m. special start tonight with the premiere edition of Full Court Fever. Then we'll take you to the pregame and take you to and through tip-off. More on the WNBA later. You know, the Stanley Cup Final begins this week.
Yep, it does.
It's the same two teams like last year, which
Round
I correctly
two.
predicted.
Big old round two.
Yep. Fight. And I said at the top of the season, it would just depend on who has home ice advantage because it's going to go 7 games again.
Easily. And
I'm not saying anything stupid like Panthers in 5 or Oilers in 5. This is going. I have a rooting interest on both teams because they're both terrific.
This year, the home ice goes to Edmonton.
They're in the new Northlands Coliseum, aka Rogers Place. That joint's going to be loud as hell.
It's going to be about as loud as Jen was this morning when I rolled into the Discord as she was celebrating making her way up to platinum. I literally get my headphones on and I'm hearing her yelling. I'm like, I just fucking woke up.
Yes, it did. Quit wrecking Hawkeye, will you?
Well, they got to wreck Hawkeye.
I know that. We're having fun with some folks in Discord. In case you hear voices throughout the show, that's who we're teasing and that's who we're making laugh today. Back to business. I don't care who wins this series. I want a full 7 games of madness.
Oh, it's going to be madness.
I want 7 full games of war in this series. Now, we know who Joy's picking. He's picking the Panthers.
Yes.
Right, because he's a Florida Panthers fan. My first favorite team was the Edmonton Oilers. Wayne Gretzky, hello.
Yep. Not only will this go 7, I'm saying 2 of these games are going overtime.
I'm saying 3. 3.
Well,
Think Bruins Blackhawks 2013 and how many overtimes we saw in that series.
I think it was 4, if I remember correctly.
Shucks, the first game went 3 overtimes.
Exactly.
You didn't get to, and I was doing a baseball game that night.
Yeah, you still got plenty of hockey at the end of it.
We caught plenty of pizza and plenty of hockey at the end of it. And then it was Andrew Shaw off of a double ricochet that won it in overtime and sent 20,000 people in the United Center mad.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to win this series, to be quite honest with you. I really don't, because Draisaitl, Tkachuk, and Verhaeghe on one. Tkachuk and Verhaeghe on one side, Draisaitl and McDavid on the other. It's literally, for me, going to come down to who makes the final save. Who saves it with a second to go, aka a la Detroit-Pittsburgh from 2009.
Honestly, I think Verhaeghe and McDavid are probably going to cancel each other out because we know they're going to get their goals.
They're going to get theirs.
They're going to get their goals. They're going to get their dimes. That's going to happen. It's going to be a matter of who has the better third and fourth line.
Yeah. In this case, you may need a fifth line with these two teams. You're going to need a fifth line with these two teams.
Yeah.
How big of a role is Brad Marchand going to play for the Florida Panthers in this Stanley Cup final?
Look at the role he played for us up here in Boston. Look what he did for us before we were absolute morons and sent him to Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And look where that put us at the end of the day.
Right.
Brad was glue for the team. He's doing that again in Florida.
What's this? His 13th season?
Something like that, yeah.
Look it up for me real quick. What is this?
Give me a sec.
This has got to be his 13th year. Because he's been in the league for a minute.
2006 to now is looking like 18.
19th year.
Yeah, 19.
19th seat, and he's still playing like he's a rookie.
Yeah, he was drafted in 06 in the entry draft. Made his debut in October 09.
Okay, so this is his 15th season.
Yes.
This is his official 15th season.
Yes.
That's stupid that he's playing that well in his 15th season.
Yeah.
And now contending for another Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Crazy. So I have no prediction for this series. The only
I don't
prediction
either.
but the only prediction I will make for this series is that it's going to go the distance.
It's going the distance. We're going to have overtime. And I would not be surprised if the great one shows up at some point.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
He'll probably be there for game one coming up.
Come on now. Game one, hosted by the Oilers. For the first time, they've hosted a Stanley Cup final since 1987.
With McJesus on the front line.
Check that. First time they've had home ice in a Stanley Cup final since 1990. Yes. 1990. When they swept, oddly enough, the Boston Bruins.
Yeah. And like I said, McJesus on the front line, you know that place is going to be rocking.
Oh, man. I wish nothing but good for both the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, you know for a fact.
And will not make it. This is one of the few series I will not predict, especially because beginning tomorrow, we're going to cover the Stanley Cup final.
Yep. It's going to be one of those days, man.
It's going to be painful, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it is.
It's going to be fun.
And you know Droid's going to want to get in on the broadcasting.
I know he is, but I'm keeping him out of studio. Because if I know him, like I call him my on-screen son for a reason. He's going to get so excited, and I can't say I blame him.
No, I can't either.
I don't blame him one. I mean,
I'd be the same way if Boston was in it.
Victor and I share this 3 Stanley Cups in Chicago. All right, you think you wouldn't be if you have it with your Bruins, me and Vic with the Blackhawks, him with the Panthers. If you're trying to keep professional,
it ain't gonna work.
It's not going to work.
No,
at all.
There's always going to be a bit of bias in things.
Not a bit. I mean, the Panthers are trying to go back to back for the cup, and the Oilers are trying to claim their first cup since '90. A bit biased. Come on, man. I'm going to be biased for both teams.
Right?
I'm going to have fun.
It's going to be one of those. It's going to be a great series, man. I mean, this is one of those where people are actually going to want to watch.
I bet you the Stanley Cup final will set viewership records and blow the NBA final viewership to shreds. And the only reason the NBA final viewership is even going to be remotely up there is because of the Indiana Pacers. That's it.
Yeah, and
that's it.
Yeah, because
I'm not afraid.
OKC is too niche. OKC is way too niche market.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, look, Indiana. Look at the coverage Indiana's been getting going into this series.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I even texted yesterday that Tyrese Halliburton now has a WWE shirt with him doing the choke.
Yep.
Throwing love to Reggie Miller.
Yep.
Where else are you going to get that? No one else would have. But Halliburton now has that. And, that's just more promotion for Indiana.
Indiana Pacers, NBA World Championship. Oh, boy.
And that starts Thursday, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
Thursday. That starts Thursday. Good grief.
Does it even seem like we've gone through a season of both NHL and NBA?
No!
That's the crazy thing.
Didn't we just start this stuff?
Yes.
Didn't we just do our season predictions and now it's June and both series we're going to cover both series play-by-play wise. Because as far as the NBA World Championship goes, I do have a dog in the fight.
Yeah, you do.
I do have a dog in the fight, and that's the Indiana Pacers.
Right.
Because I love the Pacers since the mid 80s when they had a duo by the name of Chuck Person and Reggie Miller. And no, I'm not dissing Reggie Miller, honey.
I knew that was coming.
Nah, she teased me about that yesterday. In fact, I cut it into a short.
Oh, by the way, speaking of that, dealing with what happened yesterday, I did have an ear on a few things. We are likely going to get that opening as a highlight on Jen's stream.
Oh, jeez.
That will be its own highlight.
Don't let me grab it.
Oh, we know it's coming
because it's a comedy skit. It's gonna be a comedy skit here on the show.
Oh yeah. The thing that's the open. We had the end of season service 2 weeks ago. Well, nearly 3 now.
Well, you know what? We can combine all of that, and that'll be an opening hour. All we do is just pop in and make comments about that.
Exactly. I actually cannot wait to get my hands on that.
Me neither. And yes, I'm doing 2 things at once because I'm also getting rosters ready for tonight.
Yep.
And lineups ready for tomorrow. I already got the link created for tonight with the Indiana Fever and the Washington Mystics, and I think Indiana's going to win this game.
It wouldn't surprise me, but you want to talk about teams that are just throwing down, dude. The champs beat champin'.
You know what? The New York Liberty and the Los Angeles Dodgers
are champin'.
Are champin'. That's it, because the Dodgers creamed the New York Yankees this weekend.
Yeah, and now they've got the Mets coming into town.
Oh, God. The massacre shall begin.
And the thing is, the Mets are actually leading in the East.
Let's go there. Let's take a break and let's go there. The Mets are leading the East? Meanwhile, the Tigers are tigering. Why am I not surprised? Back in a minute.
This is Snowman in the morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look.
The spirit of battle is a powerful force. It's a force that drives us, pushes us beyond our limits. It's a fire in our hearts that fuels our determination, our commitment, our strive for greatness. Every challenge faced, every obstacle overcome, it sharpens our skills and fortifies our resolve. This relentless pursuit of excellence makes the journey so exhilarating. And the victory, it makes the victory sweet.
Hey everybody, Snowman here. Looking for the best way to experience live events? Well, SeatGeek has you covered. With just a few taps on your phone, you can find the best seats for concerts, sports, theater, and more. Don't miss out on unforgettable moments. Download the SeatGeek app today and get ready for an experience like no other. Each ticket is vetted for authenticity and ranked on a 1 to 10 scale. And right now, if you sign up and use the code Snowman, you will get $20 off of your first purchase. That's only through the power of SeatGeek, where fans can fan.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Tyrese Halliburton has gone mad. Oh, way ahead of myself here.
Yeah.
NBA Finals begin Thursday, 8:30 is your tip time. We will be on air with coverage on Snowman Multimedia beginning an hour prior. And tomorrow we have the Stanley Cup Final, one of the best championship series you'll ever watch. More details on it later. And then tonight, this happens. From Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana. It's the Mystics and the Fever trying to solve some problems, minus Caitlin Clark, who is due back after June the 10th. So they need to get this one tonight, and we'll talk about it all throughout the pregame show tonight. The Detroit Tigers.
Yeah.
First team to 40 wins. For the years that the Tigers have been ridiculed, laughed at, been the butt of everybody's jokes. And I look at it from the standpoint of Jason Bendetti, who was a former White Sox announcer. He's now the TV announcer for the Detroit Tigers. When he said, quote, "I like the direction they're going in," so do I. Look at this young team. They're playing without any kind of fear. And not to say that Major League Baseball players and teams don't play without fear. Don't get it twisted. I'm just saying this is a team that is standing out and playing without any fear.
Yeah. I mean, they took 3 out of 4 against Kansas City. They swept the Giants. They ended up losing 3 out of 4 to Cleveland. But then they came back.
How did that happen? They lose 3 out of 4 to Cleveland.
Well, they gave up 18 runs in 3 games while only scoring 6, and that was in the last 2.
Well, that'll do it. Yeah. I know.
But yet again, the fact that they took 3 out of 4
and
outscored the Royals in 4 games,
they spanked
21-7. And now they've got a 3-game road set against Chicago.
And last night, I'm glad I did not do that game for Monday Night Baseball. 13 to it was 5-1 at the end of 2 innings.
Yeah,
I got that alert. And my wife comes in. She says, "You're not doing baseball? Not tonight."
Not when it's a 13-1 beatdown.
She says, "Who'd you have scheduled?" I said, "The White Sox and the Tigers." My wife, who hates baseball but knows me, looks at me and says, "You better be glad you're not doing that game."
Yeah.
Baby, you ain't got to tell me twice.
And now they've got the road set with the White Sox, and then they're back home to take on the Cubs, of all things.
Man, I hope the Tigers kick the Cubs' ass.
Yeah.
I do. I can't. It's not necessarily the team, it's the fan base.
Oh, God.
So that's why I wish nothing but bad things on the Chicago Scrubs.
Well, they're currently leading in the Central, 4 games up on the Cardinals.
Man, fix that, St. Louis, will you please? I get St. Louis toward the end. I got a Cardinals Cubs game on Monday Night Baseball in 2 weeks' time.
I'm going to tell you, though, right now, don't look now, but the NL West is a 3-horse race currently.
San Diego, Los Angeles, and San Francisco.
We all knew the West was going to go through California, but apparently it's going to be decided between those 3 who it actually goes through.
And I think by the end of it, it's going to go through San Francisco.
Well, there are 3 back.
They're going to catch fire.
Yeah, they're 3 back. They've got 3 more against the Padres, and then a 3 set against the Braves.
They lost a tough one. The Giants lost a tough one last night. 1-0,
they did.
10 innings. I'll take a loss like that.
Well, they have a chance to get right these next 3 games, and then, like I said, they got a 3 set against the Braves at home, and then they travel. They travel to the lowly Rockies.
They're going to kill Atlanta. You understand me? They're going to demobilize Atlanta, and then they travel to Colorado. It's going to be a launching pad.
And then after Colorado, they come back to California, but they face the Dodgers in Los Angeles.
I might have to put the headset on for that.
And
it's in Los Angeles? Oh,
it's
boy.
in L.A.
It's in L.A.
Speaking of the West, flipping it to the American League West, dear Mariners, look in the rearview mirror.
Signed the Houston Astros. Again.
The Mariners had, what was it, like a 4.5 game lead?
A 5.5 game lead, as a matter of fact. 5.5 games.
And now it's down to the fact that they're 1 up in the loss column. The Astros
are beat up, man.
Yeah, they ended up beating the Rays 1-0 on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Now they've got a 3 set on the road against the Pirates, a 3 set on the road against the Guardians.
They're going to kill Pittsburgh.
And then they've got a quick 6 homestand, 3 against the White Sox and 3 against the Twins.
And they just may win all of those.
Well, you look at the fact
they just might sweep that homestand.
Well, you look at the fact that the Mariners last 10 games they're 4-6.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 of those wins came on back-to-back nights.
I'm sorry. How'd that letter begin?
Dear Mariners, look in the rearview mirror.
Actually, that should say this. Dear Mariners, look behind you. Seattle led this division by 5.5 games less than 4 weeks ago.
And now it's down to a half game.
Now it's a half game.
Yeah.
The Rangers are done. The Angels are done. The Athletics, we don't even have to talk about.
Well, the Angels are finally getting their offense together, and that's because Trout showed back up. Look what they did to Boston last night.
I have 4 words about Mike Trout. Mike Trout is finished. And I hate saying that about a 4-time MVP. I hate saying that about a fellow who, give me the take. I'll tell you why.
Oh, boy. You want the take? You want the tank?
Give me the give me both of them. I don't care. Give me both of them.
We'll start it with this. And then we'll this.
Before you do, fire up the tank after I say, "Dear Angel fans, have a seat."
Oh boy. Camera.
Dear Angels and Angel fans, your team is garbage. Your team is done. Your team is cooked, shooken, baked, whipped, dipped, chipped, chopped, and fricasseed because of one person, Mike Trout.
Okay.
Now, talent-wise, and I hate making this comparison, but you'll know the comparison and the joke when I make it. I compare Mike Trout to Joel Embiid.
Ooh.
And I make it for one reason only.
The same reason that Joel Embiid is typically off the court?
Injuries.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the fact that a fellow like Mike Trout is injured all the time, man. I hate that. That's the only reason I'm making that comparison. As far as talent goes, Joel Embiid got none. You understand? Joel Embiid's as soft as DJ Moore. Wait, I said that already. But you already let Shohei Ohtani go.
Yeah, look what he's doing out there in Los Angeles, and he's getting ready to actually start pitching.
Again.
And mind you, this man's coming off of Tommy John's. He was DHing last year, and he still stroked 48 or 49, and he's already on pace to hit 64 this year.
He's on pace to hit 70. I don't care what you're talking about.
Oh, you think we're gonna see that magic number this year?
Yep. Twice.
Okay. Twice. Who's the other?
Tell you later.
Okay.
But as far as Mike Trout goes, he was moved to right field to save his legs. I hate to say this about Mike Trout, but put him away. Hang it up. You have nothing left to prove. The Angels have wasted your prime and wasted your career as you languish in Southern California, and you won't even be traded to be given a fair shot at a world championship, which is shameful and sad and stupid. Now, to the Angel fans, shut up. Please. You haven't said you haven't had anything legitimate to say since 2002 when you actually won the damn thing. And you really haven't had anything to say since 2004 when you got swept by the Boston Red Sox.
Man ran with that 3-run job to end it, to send them home.
And if I can get really personal here, you really haven't had much to say since 2005.
Ouch.
When you won the first game of the series 3-2, and then your bullpen collapsed.
And let's be real, they survived in 2002, even though Barry Bonds did Barry Bonds things.
Barry Bonds should have been the MVP of that series, though he was on a losing team. That's a discussion for later. So, Angel fans, give it up. Okay? Maybe if you return to being called the California Angels, you'll do something. Maybe if you get some better owners. 2015, don't care about 2015. 2015 doesn't count. I'm talking about when the Angels were actually competitive. I'm talking about when the Angels actually meant something. And if you really want to take it that far, forget 2002, 04, and 05. Take it back to 1982 when you were, 6 outs away from the pennant against the Milwaukee Brewers. How about that piece of history?
Back when Milwaukee was actually in the American League.
Exactamundo. And you lost at County Stadium in Milwaukee. So if you look at the Angels' history, if you take 2002 out of the equation, it simply reads choke after injury after injury after stupid move after stupid move. Anthony Rendon, hello.
Shohei.
You let Shohei go, and now you got Mike Trout languishing. on your team. Mike Trout was supposed to bring you championships already. Then you bring Shohei in, and that was only supposed to multiply. What has happened in 14 years of Mike Trout? Nothing.
In the few years they had Shohei, yeah, he did them great, but they ran into the buzzsaw that was Houston.
And they will continue to run into buzzsaws in the American League. Hell, 2021, you were off to a great start. Then you ran into my White Sox and Jose Abreu. So until you, I partially mean this jokingly, until you go back to being called the California Angels, put it away. And Mike Trout, you have nothing left to prove, my friend. You did all your showing off. You hit unreal home runs, did unreal things in the field, and now your body, unfortunately, and it's so unfortunate because I love watching you play. I do. I love watching you play. Your body's just going against you. So, Angels, fire the current staff that's in charge and bring some people in that actually want to win. And for that matter, the same goes about the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, Paul Skeens can't do everything.
Paul Skeens on the South Side in a year.
Ooh.
Get out of here. And by the way, Anthony Rendon, you a bitch. I just had that.
By the way, they have a better shot of having Danny Glover come back to manage them and then seeing Christopher Lloyd out in the stands than they do right now seeing the World Series. Yes, I went back to 1994 for that one.
They have a better chance of seeing Troy Percival close out a game than anything else.
Ooh.
Circa 2002.
Nice.
They have a better chance of seeing Troy Gloss return at third base.
Ooh.
They have a better chance of seeing Tim Salmon return in left field.
They got a better chance of seeing Nolan Ryan return to the bump.
Oh, Lord. Nolan Ryan was an angel, and I nearly forgot about that. They have a better chance of seeing Jim Edmonds race back to the wall, make an over-the-shoulder diving catch that he had no business making.
Man, they got a better chance of seeing Big Sexy on the bump.
Hey, we faced Big Sexy on the bump.
Big Sexy.
And Big Sexy did Big Sexy things to us.
I still haven't forgotten when he was in New York, that behind the back flip in Miami.
With his hat falling off.
Yeah. That was just wrong. And then let's not forget
with his hat falling off. But
and then
as much as we make fun of Bartolo Colon, love Bartolo Colon.
Yes.
How can you
and
not?
then, of course, let's not forget Big Sexy's first pimp job. San Diego.
Yeah.
The greatest scene in all of baseball. Bartolo Colon has gone yard.
Seven-line army in right field might tear this ballpark down.
Yeah.
As said by the great Howie Rose.
As Sick Diggy just brought up, they got a better chance of seeing Tony Danza on the bump.
Oh, Jesus. Tony Danza. From Taxi to Who's the Boss to Angels in the Outfield. Ain't that something?
Uh-huh.
Speaking of Bartolo Colon,
yeah,
we got a few minutes before break. I may have a present for you.
How?
See, I just got to thinking about Bartolo Colon
and
all the crazy stuff he did and how he somehow legged out a double in St. Louis that should have been a triple because it went to the deepest part of the park.
Well, you got to realize he's got the slowest trot known to man.
And then what I also loved is the fact that the more he got made fun of by opposing announcers, and I know they meant it in love. I know that. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
even Bartolo said it. Okay,
Oh,
even Bartolo knew what he was called to do.
Bartolo's a pitcher.
He had a 20 pitch at bat. He had a 20 pitch battle against Ricky Gutierrez one time.
Mm-hmm.
20 pitches.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even throw 20 pitches against one batter.
Yeah, and neither one of them gave up on it.
Only person I can think of doing that is Nolan Ryan.
Yeah, and Nolan had 2 less pitch types.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Bartolo Colon, hey, baseball fans, remember this?
Colon looking for his first hit of the year. He drives one deep left field. Back goes Upton. Back near the wall. It's out of here. Bartolo has done it. The impossible has happened. The team vacates the dugout as Bartolo takes the long trot. His first career home run. And there will be nobody in the dugout to greet him.
The Mets.
This is one of the great moments in the history of baseball. Bartolo Colon has gone deep.
I want to say that was one of the longest home run trots I've ever seen, but I think that's how fast he runs.
And now they'll flood up the tunnel and give him his just due. His 226th career at bat. You knew if he ever made contact in just the right way, he was strong enough to do it. And now Bartolo has brought down.
Here's Howie Rose next.
Lucky at second, 2 out, 2-0 New York in the second. The 1-1 swing and a drive to deep left field. It's got a chance. Upton going back. It's gonna go. Home run, Bartolo Colon. Repeating, home run, Bartolo Colon. 7-line army in right field might tear this ballpark down. Colon.
Yep. The craziness
that was 2016. Major League Baseball gets credit for the video. Mets and Padres, and Gary Cohen and company for Mets television, and of course the legendary Howie Rose for Mets radio. Just home run, Bartolo Colon. ... Repeating.
Yeah. And the fact is, they let him swing away with somebody on second early in the count.
And Bartolo just has this look on his face of, what did I just do?
He's literally watching it like, did I seriously just do that?
He carried the bat all the way to first base.
3/4 of the way down to first.
Because he thought, okay, somebody's going to... I bet you, and I mean this kiddingly because I've been there, I bet you he's thinking, somebody please catch that so I can run back to the dugout. And it lands in the stands.
Well, somebody caught it 385 feet away.
It lands in the stands, and Bartolo goes, oh, I got to take the whole tour.
Yeah.
Everybody, even the Padre fans, everybody in that place is going nuts.
Yeah, because of what Bartolo meant to baseball.
Everybody was going nuts. Okay. He starts trotting around and you see the shot. The first shot, they get the back of him. You just see the fans all going crazy.
Yep. And then you see him coming down the third baseline. Nobody's there.
No. Bruce Marmy is with us. He says 3-hour tour for Cologne to circle the bases.
Well, Big Sexy was the skipper.
Didn't what it feel like though?
Yeah.
But he made some of the craziest plays.
He did.
Behind
I think
back first base.
Yeah, I think back to that move, that throw against Miami. Up the first baseline, the only way he's going to get rid of it's a quick flip behind the back, and he still ends up getting it there on time.
With room to spare, and he did that barehanded.
Yeah.
He did that barehanded. It's like, okay, what do I do? Flip.
Yeah, literally, it was a quick flip behind the back, He gets it there in time. He did what?
Exactly. And all his teammates are looking at him going, you did not just do that. But that home run. What's up, Rising Rhino? Thanks for coming in. But that home run.
That is literally
that home run did it for me. I believe that punctuated his career.
Yes,
that home run.
It did. Now, again, this will also kind of harken back to who's deserving and who isn't. Bartolo deserves the Hall of Fame.
Oh, I've said that for years.
I mean, look at what he's done.
Cologne and what an ambassador he's been to baseball.
Exactly. That's the biggest thing. Yes, Bartolo doesn't have any rings. But look at what he's done for the sport as a whole.
And he played for a ring in 2015.
Yeah.
With the Mets.
He deserves to be in.
But those calls right there, man.
Yeah.
Those calls right there by, again, Gary Cohen from Mets television and the legendary Howie Rose from the radios. Holy cow.
Yep.
Oh, goodness. We're talking all kinds of baseball. Speaking of baseball.
Wait a minute. We're doing something the big networks won't?
Well, yeah. Wait a minute. Wait, let me try that again. People actually having fun talking about baseball and not using stats all the time. You would think,
now that's some bulls,
but it's not.
No.
And yes, I cut it off.
Right.
I cut it off. But yeah, and yes, we're talking baseball, and we love talking about baseball.
Yeah.
Speaking of baseball, the Astros, as we talked about earlier in this segment, are only half a game behind Seattle, and they're missing this guy.
Alvarado's 2-1. And Alvarez belts it deep to center. It sends back Fearley. Still going back at the wall. See you later. See you later.
Air
a 3-run home
your
run for Yordan
God.
Alvarez. And the Astros go up 3-1. What a shot. Bombs away for Yordan once again. And it's madness in our house again.
Steve Hicks and Robert Ford on the call for Astros Radio. Fox Sports delivers the pictures. They're doing this without Yordan Alvarez. Imagine when he gets back in the lineup to protect Altuve and the bunch.
That's going to be
nobody gave except me.
Mm.
When we did our baseball previews, except us, no one gave the Astros a chance to win the West. They were all about Seattle or whomever.
Yeah, and we were saying that the West was going to run through Texas.
And not the Rangers.
And here we are entering June, and Houston's only a half game out.
Half game out of first. They will be in first place before the All-Star break.
They'll be in first place by the end of the month.
They will be in first place by the end of this month and running away. They will be running away.
Oh, yeah.
I said it, and I mean every minute of it.
Yeah, it wouldn't really surprise me to see that happen.
Wouldn't surprise me either. Speaking of home runs, what would you rather do? A walk-off solo shot to win a game or a walk-off slam to win a game?
I'd rather get it done in regulation. Give me a walk-off solo in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, both are cool.
But there's always going to be more behind it being a walk-off slam, but it has to be the right situation to be there.
Well,
there's a lot more pressure trying to get a walk-off slam because your first thought is just getting a base hit.
True. Very
For a
true.
walk-off solo, you could go up there daddy hacking, and you'll get the right pitch.
Well, Jason Giambi thought so, but he had some extra people in front of him.
It's 4 for 11 lifetime against Trombley. The Yankees are a base hit from getting very close to tying this game. A little old single. The pitch swung on and hit in the air to deep right center. It is high. It is far. It is gone. It's a grand slam. Jason Giambi hits the bottom of the 14th. 1 out. Walk-off. Grand slam. And one of the best games you'll ever see. The Yankees rise from the dead in the bottom of the 14th and win the game 13-12. The Giambino, his proudest moment as a Yankee. They mob him at home plate in one of the wildest finishes you'll ever see. And by the way, ball game over. Yankees win. Ah! Yankees win.
2002 delivered that moment. And of course, the legend that is John Sterling delivering the call.
Yes.
You can't have a Yankees home run without John Sterling.
No,
I love you, Michael K., but there was something about when John Sterling delivered a home run call.
Yeah, anything from a Stantonian blast to
yes,
here comes the judge to like a good neighbor Glaber is there.
If you hit a home run and John Sterling calls it, and of course you're playing for the Yankees because that's his team. That was his team till he retired, and he gave you a nickname.
It stuck.
It stuck. All rise. Here comes. I can't pick a favorite, and we're gonna pick a few favorite nicknames. Yes, I'm calling an audible because there's one announcer that thrives on nicknames. His name is Chris Berman. We're gonna have some fun with his nicknames as we get ready for hour 2 of Snowman in the Morning, and it begins after this.
Yeah, boom.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
During bad, SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual, and she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kermit the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green.
That's how I become a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
We've been infiltrated by a droid
who we can't see right now. There we go.
He's trying to adjust some things. The last time y'all saw a droid on the Grilled Sportscast, which I think is going to happen at the top of the hour, if I'm correct.
It was supposed to happen at 11, but Blake, where are you? I told you be here, or be square. And you're not here. So are you a square?
Apparently Groucho Marx is pissed.
Apparently, never mind. The last time y'all saw this guy right here, droid, I made him choke with a comparison of all comparisons that had no business being made when I compared Joel Embiid to DJ Moore. And I stand by that comparison. We gotta do it right, gentlemen.
Oh,
and
hang on a second. Hold up. You're talking about
Joel Embiid.
I did wake up this morning
to DJ Moore.
Yes,
I made that comparison.
I did wake up this morning. I don't know if Blake did, though. I see he was in the chat at 10:53. He best not be in the chat while he's on the road.
Shut up, Brian. Shut up, Brian.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We said that we'd have some fun with some nicknames. Yep. The first person that comes to mind when we talk about said nicknames is the legendary Chris Berman.
Yes.
The first nickname I ever heard from him when I really got into watching how he does highlights and all.
Your Rudy Poo candy ass over here.
Okay, then. That's not the nickname I was looking for. The one I was looking. I know.
We know.
The one I was looking. The name that got me started with Chris Berman was Bert Be Home Bly-Levin.
Yes. Yes.
Shut up.
Or, what's the other one? Frank Tanana Daiquiri.
Yep.
But if there's one that I've used a version thereof, John, I am not a crook.
John, I am not a crook.
Now I have a version of that, but I got to give you a little backstory. I was covering Marquette Catholic in 2015, girls basketball. First game of the season, after I spent a few days getting to know the players and getting to know the coach and everything. They had a point guard on their team by the name of Morgan Crook. And I saw the roster, and that nickname immediately popped in my head. So when I got to Elkhart, and I got to tell you all about that day in a little bit. I got to Elkhart, got to my post, was setting everything up, broadcast gets rolling. I recap the lineups, and the first thing that pops out of my mouth after I complete Marquette's lineup is, Morgan, I am not a crook. Every parent that was sitting below me lost it. Her mom looked up at me and is beet red, laughing. And you know the best part? It stuck.
Nice.
To the point where before Christmas, all the players ran up to see me at my perch at a home game, and they gave me a card and a couple of gift cards inside.
Mm-hmm.
How did Morgan sign the card? Of course. Morgan, I am not a crook.
I am not a crook.
Then you got Chuck, New Kids on Knobloch. Lance, you sunk my Blankenship. One you should know very well, Mr. Lake. Curtis, my favorite Martin.
My favorite Martin.
Is Bruce 2 minutes for roughing? Tim Purple Rains.
Yep.
Von Purple Hayes. Anybody remember the old Philadelphia outfielder? Mike Novososha.
Yep.
Bernard, innocent until proven guilty. And one of my all-time favorites, one of my all-time baseball favorites, Carlos, 1 if by land, 2 if by sea, 3 if by air guy.
Some of these are just insane.
What are some of your favorites?
Types of blue hail.
Okay, here I had to do some digging for this. Okay, here's a few of them. Andre Bad Mood Rising. Jake Daylight Come and You Gotta Del Home.
For Jake Delhomme, former Panthers quarterback.
Eddie Eat, Drink, and Be Murray.
Allen Have Gun Will Trammel.
Oh, to Be Young Again, McDowell.
Oh, all-time favorite. All-time favorite. Here's one, and I used this one on air. Andres the Giant Galarraga.
Yep. Then, of course, for those of us that grew up in the 90s with this one, Sammy Say It Ain't Sosa.
Yes. Oh, here's one for a reliever. Rob Double Dibble.
Yep. Octavio Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
Mm-hmm. Ricky Running Waters.
Let's see. Jim Washer and Dryer.
Dryer. Yep. Mario Soto.
Scott Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Okay. Joseph Live and Let a Die.
Yes. I can live and let a die.
Then you've got Mike Enough Already.
Enough Already. Yep. Damon Blueberry Hill. Oh, former Dodger Steve Alto Sachs.
Yep.
There was one I heard from Martin Brodeur. It was like Martin busting your balls, Brodeur.
Yep. Jeff the Barbarian Conine.
Yep. Conine the Barbarian. Jeff Brown Paper Bagwell. Scott Podsednik Adventure.
Oh, here's one. Jose, that's my wife. Get off her, man.
Michael Turner Overdrive.
Jay Touchy Feely.
Mm-hmm. Or Jay Thurston B. Howell.
Daryl Green Eggs in Hamilton.
Green Eggs in Hamilton. Yep. Mark Eve of Destruction McGuire.
Ben Winter Coates.
Ben Winter Coates, former Patriot.
I have to ask you, Brian.
Yes.
Do you know the hockey player who's known as Wi-Fi?
No.
It's Arbor Jacki. Look up how his name is spelt.
I don't want to look it up. I don't want to know.
His last name, I think, is spelled Xhejak.
Which is why I'm not looking it up.
Exactly. Bruce 3-piece Suitor.
Bud Painted Black. Former pitcher.
Apparently, he's got one for somebody that's relatively new. Pat, I'm getting closer to my homies.
Look at the look on Droid's face. Look at the
Yep. That's Berman for you. That's Berman for you.
Live and let die is crazy.
Steve Forever Young.
Forever Young.
Greg Appomattox.
Appomattox. And I never want to see a pitch from Greg Maddox. Ever. I turn my baseball helmet backwards and I just step out of the box and go, just throw 3 strikes, will you please?
Let's see, you got David Greenacres.
Mm-hmm. Dwight Good and Plenty.
Jesus Skip to Alu.
Yep. Fettuccine Alfredo Griffin.
Jerry Minute Rice.
Yeah. Here you go. Former lefty that was a World Series MVP. Frank Sweet Music Viola.
I can't believe he actually did this one, so I got to make sure I do this justice.
All right.
Michael
Jackson. John Candyman Candelaria.
John Kitna Caboodle.
Kitna Caboodle. Oh, God. Kitna Caboodle. Ay, ay, ay.
Josh Tears of McCown.
And now that song's on my head. Jose, blame it on Riho.
Oh, boys, guess who's here? Guess who is here?
Well, it's about time.
Jerome, you better us.
Mm-hmm. Jerome the Bus Bettis. I ain't playing any. Oh, Genevieve's here with us.
Yeah,
she's
apparently
different
camera. Yeah, she's had some issues with rivals today.
Oh no!
Well, since I noticed that we were talking about nicknames, how about this one? Big Country Breakfast.
Who's that?
Is that
Billy Butler.
Oh,
Billy Butler.
Jay got no pork's cutler.
Well, let's not forget they got one. They got a good one out in Seattle with the Big Dumper.
Mm-hmm. I had a few myself, and I mentioned one. Morgan, I am not a crook.
Yep.
Early, I gotta tell you,
one of my favorite nicknames for a Royals player was Tom and Jerry for Mike Moustakas.
Mike Moustakas.
Yep.
I gotta tell you
Here's another random role. Jeff Francoeur.
Frenchie.
Yep.
I got to give you the backstory on what happened.
Like
The day I came up with Morgan Crook's nickname, I was at an event in LaPorte, Indiana, and Shane, dog, you remember this because you were on air with me. I had to do an event in LaPorte, Indiana at the LaPorte Civic Center, and it was called LaPour, P-O-U-R. And I'm walking in and I'm going, what in the world is going on here? I figured out what they meant by LaPour because there were 2 common denominators. Food is one, and the other, the reason for the event, liquor. Lots of it.
Oh God, I do remember this.
You remember this one. I was on the air for 3 hours. I tried my best not to sample every doggone drink in the joint.
Yep.
And guess what?
Didn't happen.
I sampled every doggone drink in the joint.
Yeah.
Get turned.
Which is why I had to stay a couple extra hours.
Get turned. That's so weird.
I had to stay a couple extra hours so the liquor could wear off and I can go drive to Elkhart and do my game. Fortunately, the person who was supposed to go with me did not go with me.
Since we're on the topic of baseball, did y'all see Jack Caglione's finally coming up?
Who?
The number 1 prospect in the Royals farm system.
Not as far as I'm concerned. Prove it.
Former Florida University shortstop.
Oh, that explains it. Florida Gators.
Yeah.
Hey, don't diss the Gators. Remember, your wife's quarterback played for the Gators.
Oh, I know.
For now.
But he ain't the starting quarterback this year.
Brian Gitlin, Snow Sick Diggy.
You know what? That happened. 2015 when I was in LaPorte, Indiana. That happened.
One of my favorite ones too.
What's
Danny Not the Simpsons Duffy.
Ace 30.
Wow.
Now, who's this prospect that's supposed to be the number 1 prospect in the Royal system? That is
Caglione.
This boy cranked out a 440-foot home run at 112 miles per hour, which is the 12th best in the StatCast era. So,
you know what? That just made me think of something.
What?
Give me the take. I got one
boy.
before we go to break. Give me the take.
All right, hang on a second here. I was too busy trying to find other funny nicknames, but here we go.
Now, give me this camera.
All right.
Get rid of the sabermetrics, will you please? I'm calling all the sports to just get rid of sabermetrics and just get back to basics.
What?
Shut up. Especially with baseball. Did he put the ball in play or not? Was it an out or was it a hit? Was it an error? How did he reach base? Oh, it exploded off the bat. Is he on base or not? Did he do something with the pitch that he was given? Did he do something with the at-bat that he was given? If he didn't, sit down. Sabermetrics has ruined sports because now, and so is analytics. And I know Jay will be proud of me when I say this. Analytics has taken sports and turned it upside down. Quit it! Or, as my beautiful wife would say best, quit that shit. Look, sabermetrics has made sports as soft as Joel Embiid and DJ Moore and Caleb Williams. I'm done. That's Snowman's take. What's yours?
Listen, okay, so this is Jack Caglione. He was drafted number 6 by the Royals in 38 games in AA. He batted .322, 9 home runs, and 43 RBIs. And in only 11 games in Triple, he batted .326 for 6 homers and 13 RBIs. And he just got called up.
He's supposed to be
should have been called up a while ago.
Jack,
Really?
Fun fact about Jack Caglione, Jack is not his actual name. It's Jeffrey Allen Caglione, basically his initials.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go figure.
I want to see what the kid can do. I'm old and I'm old school. That's why I'm saying
He was originally
the advanced metrics need to go.
He was originally a two-way player at Florida. He also pitched.
But he's not going to pitch.
Pat.
Yeah, he's not going to pitch.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: where are we going to throw Witt? Where are we going to throw Caglione? Because Witt's short.
He was a first baseman. I think either because they've been playing him in right at AAA, so I think they're going to fill him in for Hunter Renfroe, who's been dog.
Oh my God,
He's been so bad.
Trade Hunter Renfroe.
He doesn't even have any
please.
trade value. That's the terrible part. We paid him, and he has no trade value whatsoever.
Listen,
How do
I
you think
used
we
to
felt
be
when
a
we had him
big
in
Hunter
Boston?
Renfroe enthusiast when I used to follow the Brewers a lot.
Dude, Hunter Renfroe wasn't even worth the money we paid him off rip.
Brewers Hunter Renfroe, amazing. Angels Hunter Renfroe, Royals Hunter Renfroe.
Are you forgetting he had to stop in Boston before going to you guys?
Yeah, we know.
Oh,
He
you
did
mean
all
you
right.
mean like the few games he played before he got over here?
Before we traded him during the deadline, I think it was, or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to get rid of him. I think
He's
you
not
can,
worth the money, really.
you can get something good. No, it's gonna sound stupid, but with how much better those athletics players are playing, you could probably trade Hunter Renfrow for one of their fielders.
Maybe wrap in MJ Melendez because that dude's been dog water.
Dog water.
Dog water is not that way to describe it.
I know it's another word.
They tried to rework his swing mechanics this offseason. Hasn't worked. He doesn't play good in left in general. And it's
Just
just
keep
been
him in the infield. MJ Melendez was a dog in the infield.
Mm-hmm.
we have
But the problem is our infield is stacked.
we got possibly Gold Glover Mikhail Garcia.
You got Bobby Witt Jr. That's enough.
No, Bobby Witt Jr. is not enough. Aaron Judge made that very clear when he smacked us in that series.
I wouldn't really. What do you mean Aaron Judge smacked us? It was the rest of those dudes. I was there for that game. The game 4 in
the games in New York though.
Dude, Aaron Judge didn't do that entire playoffs, dude.
He
batted under the Mendoza line.
Wait, he's like the Austin Matthews of the MLB playoffs.
Basically,
he don't show up.
You're basically just paying him for regular season stats.
He's like the James Harden.
That's messed up, man.
He's like the Kurt
he's like the
Joel
Joel Embiid.
No. He's like Kurt 2 Chainz Cousins. Let's get it right.
Keep me to it. Keep me to it.
That entire playoff stint, he batted under the Mendoza line, which is crazy to think about as such of a high caliber player that he is. He just doesn't show up.
He's like the Colorado Rockies.
Ew.
That's messed up, man.
Now
he's like the Colorado Rockies.
Ew.
When was the last time the Rockies showed up?
When Boston took him down in the World Series.
No, they didn't show up then either.
Well, at least they were there.
Blackman was half decent.
When was the last time the Colorado Rockies showed up was the question.
When Andres Galarraga was there?
When they first built Coors Field.
Yeah.
When they first built Coors Field and Andres the Giant Galarraga was there.
No, you know what? I got a question for the gentleman on the panel here. What do you call heavy rain? Like when it's really coming down?
Downpour?
A torrential downpour.
It depends on if there's any wind or not. If it's straight down, it's just a downpour. If there's heavy wind, I call it the end of the world and I'm hiding.
It's raining sideways.
It's raining sideways.
It's raining sideways.
Been there. I lived in North Carolina.
There's my dad's from the South, like deep South. He's from Georgia.
He's from Georgia. Yep.
And he's had some funny terms in the past.
It's raining cats and dogs.
Oh, he's like, it's raining nuts and bolts out here. I'm like, what are you talking about?
As long as you don't get hit by a screw.
Jody has said that. I
It's
lived
raining
in
nuts and bolts. I'm like, okay.
Raining sideways. That's nothing. I used to live in North Carolina. Jody and my family and I used to live in North Carolina. Been there, done that.
You want to know what my dad did once when we were in a tropical storm in Georgia? We were in the middle of a tropical storm, and all of a sudden I hear from the bedroom, "Here I am."
Oh,
Jesus.
God.
Rocking like a hurricane.
Jesus.
We need a break.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Coming up after the break, we unleash on Blake again.
Didn't you have a take on a trade that the
to be fair, Kansas baseball did get eliminated by Clayton.
And yeah,
there was a trade that happened, and I'm smiling 2 feet deep about it.
Agreed.
Then we're gonna roast Blake one more time, maybe. That's if he doesn't crawl through this screen and beat me up before my son or my daughter.
Even if he can fit in the screen.
Man, shut up.
I mean, just remember, he is the great fat Tino after all.
Go to a break, please. Back in the news.
This
During that, SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kurt the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Two pieces of breaking news.
Well, we'll kick this off in NASCAR Nation because as of an hour ago, one of the most beloved speedways in all of NASCAR and in the States has been renamed. Atlanta Motor Speedway has officially changed its name to Echo Park Speedway. I'm sorry.
This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronzexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. Real LJPM, now approve all this.
Paid for by the city filth. And finally, bye bye, Miss American Pie. Hunter Renfrow was released from the Royals roster as of last week.
Actually, that's actually hilarious because we sent
He
him
was
down
designated for assignment.
So in
He
actuality,
didn't show up, and the team released him.
So in actuality, they said
You're fired
to Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah, they DFA'd him, and then bye-bye.
And
I saw an old post of mine, and y'all gotta get that camera fixed on that side. We got to find a way to fix that so we can. I may need to make a design so that'll include everybody. Anyway, made a post 3 years ago today when the NBA was in all sorts of chaos, like it still isn't. I said, Atlanta, Philadelphia, one team will make the conference finals. The other's the 76ers.
dang.
that voice crack. Dang. By the way,
it's still real.
We were looking at trade news, and I saw a name connected to my Rockets, and I'm over here like, no. Our season is over. No.
They're kicking the can to me.
Okay.
Oh,
who is it?
God.
Do you know what name was connected with my Rockets?
No.
Kevin Durant.
The Slim Reaper of teams.
Stop it. Get some help.
And then in other horrifying news, KJ Adams is supposed to join Kansas's coaching staff, which I have one thing to say. Please don't ruin my goddamn team. Please, you've ruined it enough, dude. With your mid-tier performances and being hidden by all-star talent. Please just stay away.
No, listen.
Please.
There's a button for this, and it's Chris Base, has a blue background.
On the all types of
What in the all types of blue hell
is KU thinking?
Dude, like, come on. He's the only thing he brings to the
They're shooting
staff is maybe
3-pointers and
better
not
defensive
throwing
technique, but that's about it.
They're shooting
just as good
3-pointers
as
and not
Joel
throwing
Embiid.
touchdowns. That's what was that question? What was that question again?
What in the all types of blue hell
was Kansas thinking? It's pretty simple. They're shooting 3-pointers and not throwing touchdowns.
Oh my God.
And then at the end of the day, it's
KU
all
basketball.
Yeah, well, I hate to tell you something, but
Still, hey,
your
same
boys-
reason applies.
You do one good move in adding Jack Vaughn to our roster, and then we make one ridiculously stupid move by adding KJ Adams to the mix.
Oh,
They're
you mean they've been doing
touchdowns and not shooting?
This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation.
Sounds like they've been doing a lot of that too.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're trying to mix sports again. They're hitting home runs and they're not hitting 3-pointers. There you go. How's that?
Man.
I hate to tell you, but KU currently.
You're screwed. Yeah, you're totally screwed.
Sounds about right.
Well, we got a slate of baseball games tonight. We got to start. You got Astros, Pirates. You got Rockies, Marlins, Cubs, Nationals, Guardians, Yankees. You got Phillies, Blue Jays, Angels, Sox.
Yeah, I know.
Break the glass on that one. You got
Screw you,
Brewers,
man.
Reds. You got D-backs, Braves. You got Rangers, Rays. You got Tigers, White Sox. You got the Missouri State rivalry and the Royals and Cardinals.
What in the all types of blue hell
I'm reading the schedule. Royals Cardinals at. If I cannot get this fucking sentence out, I am leaving.
Shut up, bitch.
Got him. Got him. Got him. Got him.
Y'all are children. Y'all are grown ass men.
Bitch, are you for real?
Acting like children.
Come on, it's kind of funny, man.
I don't remember asking you a thing. English, do you speak it?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
What?
Okay.
Hey, Stone Cold, shut up.
What?
You fool!
You know what, Shaner? You're fired.
What?
Fuck you. Fuck you.
What?
A whole lot of you.
What?
No, this is funnier than watching me get torched because I'm a Joel Embiid fan.
Delete! 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 Delete!
I know you see that button, Shaner. Don't you fucking
What?
press. Don't you press
What?
it. Don't you.
What?
Don't.
What?
Leave the torture for Vic, not us.
What?
Just remember they did trade Marchand away.
So I realized that I think, even though it's not advertised,
Right.
there has to be a place
We're done here.
for stupid people. We don't know because we're not stupid, so we don't know anything about it. It's like a secret club society.
Oh my gosh.
So I come to the conclusion that he graduated from SU, stupid university. Yeah, all the stupid ass letters that go along with graduating, high honors of being stupid. I can't do no more, man.
Vámonos, dominos, vamonos. Stupid university, where everyone graduates magna cum stupid.
Can we get through the rest of this lineup?
What?
All right, we're gonna go start Grilled Sports.
What?
Come on, man.
What?
Bitch, please.
Okay, let's be serious and let him finish the slate for tonight.
So we done?
Yeah.
Stop it. Get some help.
Now we're done. Got him.
That's the most hilarious 7 minutes ever.
Got him.
Oh, gracious.
Well, we said we were gonna roast him. Well, there you go. I don't know where we can go from here on that one.
They
done left. They done left. We got him.
The repercussions are going to be crazy.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Because they're going to get us.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to
they
get
are.
us back. I know they are.
Oh, yeah, easily.
They're going to get us back.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
And here it is.
Yep. Here comes the payback. Here comes the payback.
I can't do anything. I'm not in the truck. So
exactly.
At this point, we're getting ready to break into the garage.
Why are you in
You
the
ain't breaking in my damn garage, boy. That's fingerprint scanner.
Why are you not in the truck?
Because every time I've logged in, I'm always logged out the next day. So I just don't bother anymore.
Well, log back into the truck.
Fuck no.
Stop the cap.
We got Royals Cardinals at 6:45. I plan.
That was where I started. That was where I started everything. Okay, let's continue.
Royals Cardinals at 6:45. I plan to call it. I need a color commentator. Orioles Mariners at 8:40. Padres Giants at 8:45. And then Twins Athletics at 9:05. And then Mets Dodgers at 9:10.
Wait a
like
minute.
anybody's gonna be up
This
watching.
man
Mets,
said
Dodgers.
Padres.
Mets Dodgers.
When was the last time Juan Soto showed up? No,
Probably last year at some point.
When was the
Juan
last
Soto has
time
just
any
been
of them
non-existent this entire season? Just non-existent.
And yet they lead the National League East.
Very true, but also that might just be because of Pete Alonso. The polar bear.
Pete Alonso played himself into that contract, and he's doing what he's supposed to do. Unlike Joel Embiid, but that's another story.
To my knowledge, Cags should be in the lineup today.
Yeah, or they're gonna hold him out,
I
start him
think
against the Athletics, so then he can get his feet.
It should have him middle of the lineup.
We need to have him. We need to have him. So we have to have him after McKell. So then, if he gets on base, we can just drive him in.
Lorenzen is on the bump.
Well, also, I mean, we have sent down
care of that game.
Reagans and
Break the
Seth
glass.
No, they sent both of them down for assignment. I'm pretty certain.
Says he isn't right there.
Oh, let's take a look at the probable pitching matchups today, since we might as well go down that road.
Probable pitching for Houston, Pittsburgh. It looks like
The trash can bangers.
McCullers.
I've got the list
on
in
the
front of
bump.
me. I've got the list in front of me.
Jr.
Let me go through this.
And Skeens.
You dick. I have the list in front of me.
Paul Skeens is going to pitch flawlessly, but
Still
it's
pick up
not
the
going to
loss.
be enough because
He's gonna-
Pirates suck.
The only one we have for Rockies Marlins is Sandy Alcantara from Marlins.
Yeah, the Colorado doesn't even know who they want to throw and have their ERA get inflated.
Just
No.
Wow.
The Cubs, Cade Horton for the Nationals, Trevor Williams.
Can I do this?
You didn't let me do mine, so what makes you
I'm
think you
gonna
can
put my
do
foot
those?
in your ass, boy.
Just soundboard bomb him.
I wish I
Anyway,
had
it's
someone.
Tanner Beebe versus Rendon for Cleveland versus New York. Christopher Sanchez versus Bowden Francis, Phillies Blue Jays.
No!
Yeah, exactly my thought. Yusei Kikuchi versus Brian Balo, Angels Red Sox.
No!
Freddie Peralta, Hunter Green, Brewers Reds.
No, 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 no!
That's the way a lot of people are feeling. Zach Gallen versus Spencer Strider, D-backs Braves.
Unacceptable! Unacceptable!
Yes, Stephen A. That's the way everyone's feeling right about now. Tyler Mayhill versus Drew Rasmussen, Rangers Rays.
I could pull a better cartoon out of my ass. Hey, whoa! Wasn't that great, kid?
Tigers haven't announced who they've got throwing. The White Sox have Shane Smith on the bump.
No, 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 no!
The aforementioned matchup, KC St. Louis, it's Michael Lorenzen, Andre Palante. Tomaguchi Sagano versus George Kirby, Orioles Mariners. Pretty much. Ryan Burgett versus Landon Roop, Padres Giants.
Tiger!
Pretty much. Pablo Lopez going for Minnesota. The A's have not announced it yet.
Boring!
Okay.
Pretty much. And Tyler McGill versus Clayton Kershaw, Mets Dodgers.
Boring!
Okay.
Go!
Man, that geriatric dude's still pitching.
Kershaw has a 0-0 record, 4.91 ERA, 6 strikeouts.
You okay?
I feel like a "get me the hell out of here" is pretty much appropriate right about now. I'm going to be saying that a lot during the predictions this year for the NFL.
Wait a minute, Droid. Do it right.
Get me out of here!
So wait. So what are we going to start doing? Tuesday predictions?
No.
Yes.
What Tuesday predictions?
Tuesday MLB predictions with Snowman Multimedia and Grilled Sports.
I'm going to have to get more notebooks if we start doing Tuesday predictions.
Uppercut.
I'm just having fun pushing buttons over here.
Ladies and gentlemen, yeah.
Shut up, fool!
I got nothing left today. I'm out.
How do you do that? How do you do that? Stay off the weed.
Duh. Oh, y'all can do better than that.
Stay off the weed.
You fool!
Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they are simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. The Grilled Sportscast will come your way at the top of the hour. And fasten your seatbelts for that, folks. We're out of here. See you tomorrow.
We do not care.
Always remember about shows like ours.
They're not trying to come here to fit in. They're coming to take over.
I feel like Tuukka Rask.
Just like Joel.
Gosh, if this KJ Adams hire actually happens, you're gonna have to go get me a propane tank.
You can't have it.
No.
We don't trust you with a propane tank.
I feel like Tuukka Rask. Get me the hell out of here.
Well, better be in Tuukka Rask with a ring than Joel Embiid without one.
Bye.